Service. Hello, I'm Gary Byrne. I'm a former Secret Service Uniform Division officer that worked at the White House during the Clinton administration. And I've recently wrote a book, Crisis of Character. The 3 things that you should know about Hillary Clinton before you go to vote at the polls are, first, I'd like to tell you that in my experiences with the Clintons, Mrs. Clinton is not an honest person. The persona that you see on TV is a complete hoax. The real person is distant, cold, and angry all the time. And I have many examples that you can read in my book, Crisis of Character, of this. I also have experienced actually her berating me personally, and I've seen her berate quite a few other people. Mrs. Clinton does not have the character that it takes to run this country. She clearly didn't have the character it took to be Secretary of the State. I hope that everybody who sees this video takes the time to educate themselves and then vote with your conscience. Another thing I'd like you to know about Mrs. Clinton is that she is not, as I said before, the person that you see on camera. And one of the experiences that I had with her when I worked there at the White House, I was stationed outside the Oval Office one time. And because of something that one of her staff members wanted to do with some guests, they couldn't do it. And the staff member berated me and demeaned me. And then when I told her it still couldn't happen, she went and got the First Lady, and then she did the same thing to me. This is not the kind of behavior that you want to see from a leader. A leader is somebody who states what they need done, follows the rules. You think of the President Clinton's administration, her husband, and now she wants to be president. One of the things that they continually do is to enlarge these large government programs, but they don't seem to want to follow the rules themselves. And that's one of the things that struck me the most as I was writing this book about my life. And also, let's see, what else might you want to hear?
Things that the people they surround themselves with.
Sure. One of the issues and things you'll read in my book, Crisis of Character, are the people that the Clinton administration surround themselves with. And some of the people that were in President Bill Clinton's administration are now running Mrs. Clinton's campaign. And I found this kind of funny when my book came out and people started disparaging me, which I expected. And they were trying to say that I didn't have the access that I would have needed to see the things that I saw in my book, which I did, and it's all true. But the fun thing is that some of the people that actually running Mrs. Clinton's campaign worked for her husband. They saw me every day. And it's just another example of they don't know how to handle the truth. My book is about my life. It's true. It crossed paths with them, mostly in bad ways. But if you get a chance to read the book, you'll see it's in some good ways too. Funny, at least. But they continually surround themselves with the same people that seem to keep this bizarre spiral of one crisis after the other. If you took her husband's administration and you put all the scandals, you couldn't fit all those scandals single-spaced on 2 pieces of paper. And based on her public life, it seems the same. Think of all the scandals. Right now she's running for President of the United States and she's being investigated by the FBI. That's bizarre. I mean, it's like we've almost fallen off the edge of reality when you look at some of these things.
Gary, people are commenting, a lot of people saying, thank you for your honesty, the truth shall set you free. I wonder if you personally feel unburdened now that you have told your story.
A little bit. I'm having, I'm obviously having some issues with talking out of school, as we called it in the Secret Service, and but I think it's the right thing to do. Later on, I do believe, as things wind down and I get over some of the emotional burdens that I'm dealing with right now, I believe, yes, I do feel like that. I know it's the right thing to do, and I do feel like I'll be free of some burden. Absolutely. Is there any more questions?
Let's see. A lot of it is just, thanking you for your honesty. Let's see,
thank
Karen
you.
saying, thank you for your honesty, brother. People need to hear the truth.
Thank you, Karen. And I appreciate that sentiment. And to be completely honest, I have heard through private messaging from some of my former coworkers, and they are supporting me. But I purposely wrote this book without telling anybody that I used to work with, because I wanted to give them deniability, because I knew how vindictive and spiteful these people are. We've all seen it. And if anybody doesn't believe it, well, then you're just not dealing in reality. And so I purposely wrote the book without telling them. And then when I came out and started telling them about it, and became public, I've gotten some good support from my former coworkers, and I really, really appreciate it.
Was this a prayerful decision for you to decide to do this?
Yeah, I got to tell you, I did do a little praying on it, and especially at the point after the first 4 months, I told my partners, my co-writer, and some other people that were helping me, that in 4 months that I was going to come back to them and tell them it was over, that I couldn't do it. But I did, and I certainly spent some time praying on it. So and it helped greatly, and it got me where I am today. And I'm sure everything's going to be fine, and I'll keep moving forward.
Tell us the name of your book again.
My book is Crisis of Character, and I'm Gary Byrne, and I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.